we're talking about rejections and the pathway to gratitude, self-love, and self-acceptance. So I want you just to go through this exercise with me. I want you just to think about the events or the experiences or the things that has happened in your life where you've equated it to rejection. Because rejection is very much a perception that we have about a situation. A situation happens and then we go ... thus we were rejected. And with my recent set of rejections, I had to sit in rejection, and now really, and then it's like when you hit the nail on the head, when you truly get it, it's like you can change the dynamic of that. So I was going back in my life and saying, okay, so where has the rejection showed up? Because after each experience, I would be so heart sore, and then I thought, but why am I heart sore? And then I realized, oh, it's because I feel rejected. So then I thought, okay, so where have I felt rejected? And then I remembered when I was doing a family constellation, I realized that my mom was 5 months pregnant, and then only found out that I was there. And then she wasn't married, so there was a big hoo-ha of, pregnant without being married, there's a shame to the family, and there was a lot of family fights. So there was family feuds, and it felt like I was rejected by my environment, by the ones that were supposed to love me, before I was even born. So I picked up and felt that. Then being rejected in the marriage, being rejected as a partner, being rejected as... There's not a facet of my life where I haven't experienced rejection. Everywhere. So I can just see rejection, 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 and it's as it builds up of rejection. Rejection is then locked. So I thought, okay, so I need to shift this dynamic of rejection. I need to see a different perspective, because it's just an illusion. Everything on this planet Earth is an illusion. We believe it so wholeheartedly because we tend to prove it with our experiences, but it's still an illusion. So I thought, okay, so what is this illusion trying to teach us? And then I see on the introspection, I saw that, okay, what I've noticed is the rejected becomes the rejecter while unconscious or as a defense mechanism. Meaning, if you've been rejected in your life in certain aspects, either by work or by this or by that, whatever it is that there's been more than one rejection, a build-up of rejection, we tend to reject those experiences. I'm talking about myself. And say, okay, I won't go there then. I'll go somewhere else, or I'll do something else, or I'll prioritize something else. And I found that with myself, I rejected parts of life and parts of experiences until it all just came back where I've made myself smaller, and okay, I'll just then experience this, and I'll just allow this, and I'll just allow this. And I realized that I only allowed myself to do my work and nothing else because of the wounding of carrying the rejection. And I realized, okay, so I've actually become the rejecter of life and life experiences, and even of my own life. So it's like that which we don't like others that have done to us, we then treat ourselves that way. And I realized, okay, so all my thoughts that comes up when I feel in this rejected state, and say, okay, I just want to go home or anything. I just want to go out of here. That's not the purpose. That is me becoming the rejecter of this life experience and not appreciating what I have and the gift of life that I was given and so forth. So, so it's to become aware that that which we don't like, we actually become if we don't conscientize it. So just it's to become aware of the stories that you tell yourself when there's a rejection. Because everything is not as it seems. And it's as if in the beginning stage of our life, we are like the hangman. We turned our heads down and our feet is up. And in life, we need to turn it 180 degrees on its head so that we can see the truth. So most of our beliefs, the opposite is actually the truth. So there's two sides to it, but it's to see it as a whole and see it as a complete. To change our perspective, so it's to change our life. That's why Wayne Dwyer says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at changes. But we need to change it. So this exercise can be done with every negative emotion. It's not just a rejection. I'm just naming it today so that those that are struggling with rejection, being laid off at work or going through a divorce or going through something where they feel not good enough or not worthy or just there's something wrong with them. The feelings of there must be something wrong with me being rejected. What am I doing wrong? What am I being wrong? And I really had to just sit and look at it. So if we're not good enough for them, it's they that are actually not good enough for us. So we don't always see that it's the situation that's not good enough for us. So everything is on vibrations. Everything has to do with vibrations, and everything operates at the different vibrational frequencies. So when the vibrations align and they like, there is a meeting of the minds, a meeting of the souls, a meeting of energetic, and you either are happy in the work or you're happy in a relationship or something is working in your life because the energies have come together. When there's a shift in the dynamic, a shift, and the one is vibrating at another frequency than the other, then there's a mismatch. Then it dissolves. Either the job comes to the end, the relationship comes to an end, or something naturally comes to an end. Because it's not meeting one another at the same frequency, at the same vibration. Now, when that happens, it doesn't matter what the reason is, because different reasons are given for this, okay? In the actual truth and fact is that there's just a mismatch. There's a misalignment, and that's why it's not working anymore. But sometimes when somebody has to voice to another, let them down, or let them down gently, or let them down abruptly, or play the blame game, or whatever, there's 101 excuses. And I tend to find that people will say, but why did that happen? Why did it come to an end? Or there's a lot of whys. And when we were children, I mean, traveling in the car, we'll ask parents, why this, because the mind wants to know why. So the reasons given is not always the reasons, the true reasons. If a partnership ends, it might say, oh, but you don't love me anymore, something like that, or this or that, or make 101 excuses. But it's not always the reason. I want to say the reason is not always the reason. Sounds paradoxical, but there's a higher reason behind it. And the true thing is it's just not aligning. And it's not to fight it. not to try and put it together when it's not supposed to be together, because you need to find that which is at your vibration. And we keep on changing. And that's why circumstances will change, or other things will change, or partnerships will change. It's to allow it to be at your vibrational frequency. Don't drop, don't become less than, don't say, oh, I was too much, or I don't lower self or lower standards.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about rejection, and if I have learned, I mean, I've had loads of rejection in my life, and as everybody probably has. And I used to blame myself always. It was always me that was at fault. I didn't do something right. It was me. But now that I'm older, I can see how each one of those rejections has led to something better as my life has gone by. Yes. And so now I felt a little bit rejected the other day, when we all changed to Telegram, and I asked a few people to join me on Telegram, and most people did, but 2 people didn't. And they gave me a whole heap of reasons why they weren't going to, which wasn't the point at all. But anyway, they obviously thought they needed to. And then I thought, I really don't care. And I left those 2 groups and basically rejected them, because I know there's nothing wrong with me. I now know there's nothing wrong with me. Yes. So the rejection, I rejected the rejectors. I walked away. And that's, I think, what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. If I feel rejected, it isn't me anymore. So it comes down to self-love.
Yes. Wonderful. I'm so glad you learned that. I'm doing the same now.
Good.
We I guess everything builds up to a climax, to a point where you say, okay, no more. Okay, I have to see this differently, because I don't want to experience the feel bad feeling. So, it irks you, and it irritates you, and it pokes at you, and it prods you until you get it. And it's just to get it. And when you've got it, then you can have it for life. Because when that belief system have changed, it changes your life. It changes your outlook on life, your experience with life, and okay, it's one of the patterns that I've saw is that in the beginning we blame ourselves, and we think there's something wrong with us, and we reject actually who we are. But it is all designed for self-love and self-acceptance. And then to have gratitude for each one that have rejected, as you say, because you ended up with something better. So it's just to, I want to say, overcome that. If there's a perception of rejection, oh yes, it's not rejection. Already change the story and look for what is it. There's something better, and believe that. And so that belief just needs to solidify for each one. Yeah. One of the sessions that I did this week was also very profound, because the client got the aha moment of, oh, I choose this. Because we do choose each and every experience. There's nothing that we don't choose. Nothing, as I said last week, is done to us or against us. It's done for us to wake up. Hello. There's something better. And I guess that is what the cards and the messages that we keep on saying today is, there's something better. And it's to have that attitude and that outlook and that vantage point. Because everything is part of the self-mastery. When we come here to self-mastery, everything isn't given to us in a silver plate and say, okay, you don't have to do anything. There's experiences so that you can brush up your skills on forgiveness, on seeing things differently, on having gratitude, getting back to compassion, having self-love, and then just sharing it. And everything is just designed. Are you going to fall for it? Are you going to believe this lie? Is this lie going to continue? And it's just for us to change that. Also to realize not to outsource anything that is an inside job.
Yeah.
We are so used to wanting others to do it. So no one is there to save you but you. No one is there to love you but you. No one is there to accept you but you.
No one can punish you but you.
Exactly. No
Yeah.
one can appreciate you but you. No one to care for you but you, value you but you. So it always starts with you. And yeah, that punisher of us, the only one that can stop punishing us and stop torturing us is us. And we need to realize, what do we need to foster in our mindset, in our beliefs, in our self-talk to start acting that way? Because rejection always says, there's a different relationship for me, place for me, job for me, purpose for me. That is all it says. And I had this epiphany in 2007 when I went on DeMartini's breakthrough experience, and he says, okay, take a person that has done something wrong against you and write down all their qualities. They were such and such and such and such and such. So weekend workshop, and he says, okay, now own each of those qualities. So whatever you said that person is, you have to own those negative traits. And remember, 5 people that you've done that to. Because we can't recognize something within someone else if it's not within us. But we say, no, we're not like that. But we are. And after that, he says, you'll have your breakthrough when you can have a tear of gratitude for that person coming to play the role in the murder that they've been. And that November, mentally, spiritually, I got it. I could understand it. The next year, February, my emotional body caught on, and I had my tear of gratitude when I said for this corporate job, I handed my resignation, and I said, thank you. I thought you were standing in my way from going up, but there wasn't. There was just another way for me. I now see it. And that is, so sometimes we think something is perfect. Why should it change? But we keep on evolving and improving. So allowing something better.
I was thinking about what you put on the portal group, the particular one where I asked God to help me grow. And God said, no, it's up to you, but I will do some pruning.
Yes.
And I think that's what a lot of this all is pruning to make you stronger, to make us all stronger.
Yes.
Each and every apparent misfortune, or it has a message. Yeah, it absolutely does.
Yes.
And I also think, getting back to what Crown said on a channeling I was listening to last night, is for COVID, we think it's done so much wrong to us. But if you look at the blessings it's done for so many of us, where we've been able to leave jobs that no longer suit us. A lot of people have gone on their own, and it's been absolutely wonderful, and taken them out of the stress and let them be free. And I just looked at it even for myself, having to leave because I was no longer comfortable and felt terrible. But it's the best thing that really happened to me, was to say, that's the past, now let's go forward. So I think gratitude must come into it when you see what you think someone has done, as you say, and you branch off and you become a new branch with new leaves and new everything. It's lovely.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's for us to forgive ourselves, or forgive all the rejectors in life, to realize that they just are leading us to gratitude, self-love, and self-acceptance. And watch out that we haven't turned into the rejectors, and reject before we get rejected in whatever facet of life that there is. Don't reject your dreams because it hasn't happened yet, or reject your wishes, or reject anything good because you don't think it's possible anymore. I think a lot of people are tired, exhausted, like a dog chasing its tail. But we need to realize, what is that energy of chasing your tail? What is it that you're chasing after? And sometimes it's in the not doing that we create it. We think that we have to do. And if we don't do, say for instance, I want me to manifest a house now. You think you have to go and look for properties, because if you don't keep on looking for properties, you're not going to find it. But sometimes when you more relaxed energies, it just it just happens, and you at the right time, at the right place, meeting the right people, and it just happens. So it's the energy that you bring into your manifestations. Is it relaxed with trust, or is it manic and I have to overthink, overwork, because then I'm going to make it work? I want you just to explore in your heads and in your life, what energy are you busy with? Acceptance or rejecting what is happening now? Because there's always a gift in what is happening now. Any uncomfortable situation, there's a gift. There's a lesson here. There's something to be grateful for. And we tend to find fault and or blame, and as soon as we put any energy outside of ourselves, we can't transmute it. We have to bring it inside, recognize that it's inside, transmute it on the inside, and then it manifests on the outside.
Yeah, I think maybe fear is also a form of rejecting the good things that that are in, that are available to us. If I know what you mean by doing things, by overdoing things, thinking that the more you do to help yourself, the better it's going to be. And I've always been a little bit like that. But as you say, if it's there, and it is there, because we know it's there, then you don't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
Except get yourself there to view the cottage, in your case, and sign the lease. That's all you have to do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anything else? Anyone of you want to end off with this rejection story, or can see it differently? No. Cool.
I'm just loving the way that you're saying that you must turn your thing around, because when you are rejected and you feel down, what you said just now touched base with me like so well. And when you said, oh, you must so no, it's not me, it's them. And so many times in life, I've always thought, oh, it's me. Yeah, maybe it's not, but it's not together. You forget. So to hear it again really makes, a wow moment for me this morning.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to do with how we treat ourselves afterwards. And the stories that we spin about that. And it's just to become aware of, okay, so if I am the manifester, what am I now manifesting? So if you feel rejected and you become the rejecter, you're not going to align with that energy. So it's to raise your vibration again and get your self-acceptance and self-love again, and then manifest. when we're at a lower frequency, best we not manifest anything. Because you'll just manifest a follow-up experience. As I said, it's like if you have to go through, say, a rejection in a relationship, so there's 1,000 guys standing on the line that will come and teach you this lesson, that there's nothing wrong with you. But while you believe one after the other, it's like it will irk you and it will become more, and the names and faces will change, but the energy will be the same. The lesson will be the same. When you get it and you realize, oh, okay, all I need to do is this. So there's another line of experiences with total different outcomes. We just need to get it. We just need to understand it. And it's boils down to everything is not as it seems, and it's usually the opposite. The opposite is true, not what we told ourselves. And it's this year being a year of communication and releasing all lie programs. As they come up, we're going to talk about it, and we're just going to alchemize each of them until it no longer exists in our reality. Because if you can see a thing for illusion, you can't see it as the truth anymore. To be realized that, oh, it's actually just poof. It's not there. It is, it's just disappeared.
Shall I start first?
Yes.
Okay, so part of my rejection that I was dealing with from last week was I was trying to get I'm doing these superhero capes for these cancer children. So I tried to partner up with another company who's doing these little gifts for children as well. And so she was on board, and then she pulled away. And she was going to order some, and then I was going to donate some to her as well. And then she said, oh no, Crazy Store had given her a whole lot of capes and she didn't want mine anymore. So that was my rejection from last week. So I thought, where am I going now? So like, as I said, this whole discussion today was actually quite apt. That obviously maybe I'm meant to be doing my own thing. I'm not piggybacking on someone else. Maybe there's something better for me. So the whole meditation now was that they're confirming that, and they're there, and that's my team. I have to trust in them.
Yes. Wonderful. I'm very glad. Perfect. Anybody else who would like to share what they've experienced in the meditation? No. Barbara?
Just to unmute herself.
Okay. I started with a list of things that I would like to manifest. And then amongst them was peace of mind. And then I started thinking about all the other things. And I realized, or I didn't realize, but the beings told me, that peace of mind is all that really matters. Because, money, security, good health, all of those things. If you don't have peace of mind, then it's not worth anything. So, but if you have peace of mind, you have it all anyway. So that was the message that I got. Peace of mind is the thing I need to manifest.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's to realize that the peace of mind is already there. You just need to choose it. So that make a decision. Decision
exactly.
to have peace of mind. And to
exactly.
be peace of mind. Doesn't matter what shakes, rattles, and rolls, still have peace of mind. So it's to, I want to say, be a living meditation of peace of mind. Let the peace of mind be with you when you walk, with you when you have discussions, with you when you drive the car, with you when you're in the shower. Just continually, the only option to make is I opt for peace of mind and live in that.
And that's where I realize I have it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, that's a beautiful affirmation to end off with. And it is so, because it's in our peace of mind that we create all this also. It's like when we have the worrying mind and think, but what can go wrong, or how bad can it get, or okay, that is totally the way we miscreate and fire and misalign and miss everything. It's in the peace of mind that everything starts to fall into place. So it's it's beautiful, because it's if you bring that energy to the world, it just happens a lot more easily.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you everyone for joining. I see Mickey also says thank you. So I wish you a beautiful peace of mind week. And may your manifestations happen as they should, and may you have
Peace
just
of mind.
peace of mind.
True.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fiona. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.